Hello everyone. So in this video we're going to discuss about game mechanics. So first topic is nested spaces and zero dimensions. So space in games is a basic but powerful mechanic. It defines where the game takes place and how players interact with the game. So let's discuss about nested spaces and zero dimensions step by step to make these concepts clear. So first, nested spaces. So nested spaces are like layers within a game's environment, space inside other than spaces. Think of these as areas that belong to a bigger world but feel like their own separate places. It's like opening a box only to find smaller boxes inside. So what does it mean? Is nested spaces are areas within a game world that players can explore, each with its own unique purpose, challenges, or story. So, for example, in a medieval game, the outer courtyard is one space. Inside the castle, you'll find grand halls and hidden rooms, which are space inside spaces. So, beneath that, the castle, there's a secret dungeon, another nested space. Why this is important? Nested spaces make the world feel more bigger and more engaging. It gives players a sense of exploration and discovery. And the other thing is organized and focused. So that means, which means different spaces serve specific roles like a battle arena or a safe zone or a puzzle area. And the other thing is immersive. Moving deeper into layers of spaces can make players feel like they're uncovering secrets or progressing in the story. So one real life example is, think about how a shopping mall works. The mall is the large outer space. Inside you have smaller shops, food courts, movie theaters, each with a specific purpose. That's how nested spaces work in the game. And the other topic is zero dimensions. So zero dimensions are points in a game world. They don't have size or shape like other spaces, but they are important to guide the player and define key location. What does it mean is, a zero dimension point is simply a location or a marker where something happens in the game. Like examples are treasure trust location, or the exact spot where a player starts the game, and the other can be a location of a checkpoint, or where a player spawns. Why is this important? Because zero dimensional points serve as objectives, which where players know they need to go, or where they need to go, or what they need to interact with. And the other thing is navigation tools. So navigation tools, these points guide players without overwhelming them with too much detail. And the other thing is triggers. Certain game events start when the player reaches a zero dimensional point, like opening a door or starting a boss battle. For this, a real world example is, imagine a scavenger hunt. Each clue leads you to a specific spot, like under a tree or next to a bench. So those spots are like zero dimensional points in a game. How they work together is, nested spaces and zero dimensions are often used together to make games structured and interesting. So a nested space might contain several zero dimensional points like objectives or checkpoints within a dungeon. So these mechanics guide the player while allowing them the freedom to explore. So in simple words, nested spaces are areas within the areas that make the game world feel layered and exciting. Zero dimensions are specific locations or points that help players know where to go or what to do. So understanding these mechanics helps us see how game designers create a world that feel real but easy to navigate and explore. So next topic is time. So time in games is a essential mechanic that affects how players experience and interact with the game world. It can be structured into two primary ways, discrete and continuous. So discrete time is in discrete time systems, time progresses step by step in distinct intervals, often tied to specific events or players action. This structure is common in turn-based games. Like for example, in chess, each player takes a turn to move a piece. The game pauses between moves, giving players as much time as needed to strategize. Similarly, in board games, players act one after another with no pressure from a running clock. So why it works is discrete time provides a clear controlled environment. It allows for deep planning and discussion making without the stress of real time events. When it comes to continuous time flows like in real life with events occurring seamlessly. Players must act and react to in real time, making the experience immersive and dynamic. For example, action games like Fortnite or Call of Duty require players to move, aim, and shoot in real time. So events occur whether or not the players acts. So the decisions must be quick. So continuous time creates intensity and realism. It keeps players on their toes and deeply engaged. Um, Clocks and races. So games often use time as a motivator or challenge by introducing clocks and races. So clocks, these are the timers or countdowns that put pressure on the player to complete tasks within a specific time frame. For example, in puzzle games like Tetris, levels may include a timer that counts down, so forcing players to solve the puzzle quickly. Similarly, an escape room game might require you to escape before the timer hits zero. So clocks create urgency, heightens tension, and make the gameplay more exciting. Whereas in race scenarios, players compete to reach a goal before their opponents or before a specific time limit. Like for example, racing games like Mario Kart are literal races to finish first. In other genres, races can involve capturing a flag or completing a level faster than others. So races create competitive environment, making players focus on speed and efficiency. And next is controlling time. So some games allow players to manipulate time, adding unique layers to gameplay. So these mechanics can include pausing, rewinding, or speeding up time. So when it comes to time pausing, players stop the flow of the time to plan moves or execute actions without external pressure. Like for example, in tactical games like XCOM, players can pause to carefully strategize. In Max Payne, bullet time slows the game down during combat, allowing players to act with precision. When it comes to time reversing, which is rewinding, players can rewind time to undo mistakes or retry challenges. Like for example, in Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time, if the player falls off a ledge or makes a wrong move, they can rewind time to try again. So and the other is time acceleration, which is speeding up time. So players can fast forward time to skip waiting periods or speed up repetitive tasks. Like for example, simulation games like The Sims allow players to accelerate time when characters are sleeping or doing monotonous tasks, keeping the game engaging. So why time matters in games is time influences the pace, strategy, and tension in a game. So discrete time allows careful thought and strategy, while continuous time challenges players to be alert and responsive. Mechanics like clocks, races, and time manipulation give players different ways to engage with challenges, making gameplay dynamic and exciting. Ultimately, how time is used can shape the player's entire experience, from calm and strategic to fast paced and thrilling. Next topic is objects. So objects in games are things players can interact with, such as tools, items, or collectibles. They shape how players engage with the game and provide often provide goals or rewards. So one interesting aspect of objects in games is secrets, like hidden objects or piece of information waiting to be discovered. So secrets are designed to surprise and excite players, rewarding curiosity and exploration. They are optional and often require players to go beyond the main gameplay path. Like for example, examples are hidden treasures just in Legend of Zelda, or secret levels in Super Mario Bros. So secrets can encourage exploration. It can make players are motivated to check if every corner of the game world, enhancing immersion. And the other one is provide rewards. Discovering secrets often grant players rare items, shortcuts, or additional story details. And it promotes replayability. So missing secrets encourages players to replay the game and uncover everything. So good design ensures that secrets are challenging but not frustrating to find. Hence, subtle clues or environmental storytelling can guide players towards these hidden elements. And other topic is actions. So uh, actions are what players can do in the game, such as jumping, running, fighting, or solving puzzles. They are the foundation of gameplay, defining how players interact with the game world and progress. So there are several aspects of actions. First one is core actions. Core actions, these are the main activities players engage in. For example, in Mario, jumping is a core action, while in Call of Duty, shooting is central. And the other aspect is player feedback. Actions must feel responsive and provide clear feedback. For example, if a player hits an enemy, the game might show a visual effect or play a sound to confirm the action. And the other aspect is action growth. So sometimes actions are available from the start while others might be unlocked later. So this creates a sense of progression as the player gains new abilities. So actions are carefully designed to balance challenge and fun, ensuring players feel in control while staying engaged. So next is emergent gameplay. So emergent gameplay happens when players use game mechanics creatively to produce outcomes that the didn't explicitly plan for. It's the result of flexible systems and players' experimentation. Like for example, Minecraft. Players use redstone circuits to build working calculators or automatic farms, features not directly designed into the game. Their example is Breath of the Wild, where players use physics to solve puzzles in unique ways, such as freezing objects and launching themselves with explosions. And so, emergent gameplay brings several benefits. First one is it encourages creativity. Players feel free to experiment and solve problems in their own ways, and it boosts replayability. Every playthrough can offer new discoveries or approaches. And it also creates community sharing. Players enjoy sharing their creative solutions, strengthening the game's community. So for emergent gameplay to thrive, uh, the game must offer balance between clear rules and flexible systems, allowing players to explore possibilities while keeping the game world consistent and believable. So We'll discuss the rest of the topics in the next video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.